The second class of evidence that I address in the book that I think reveals the mind behind the universe, that points to intelligent design, is the evidence that physicists have discovered in their analysis of the conditions that would be needed, in their analysis of the physical property, the basic physical properties of the universe. And they found that time and time again, there are very fundamental properties of physics, such as the strength of gravitational attraction, or the strength of electromagnetic attraction, or the mass of the elementary particles, in particular the quarks, or the strength of the force that's causing the universe to expand, called the cosmological constant. That each of these different fundamental parameters have to fall within very narrow ranges or tolerances outside of which life would be impossible. And the probability of getting even one of these parameters in that just right sweet spot is oftentimes extremely small. Sometimes it's just small, but other times it's almost vanishingly small. So, for example, the cosmological constant is the name of the force that physicists give to the force that is causing the expansion of the universe. It turns out that that force is fine-tuned to 1 part in 10 to the 90th power. So it's a big, 10 to the 90th big exponential number. It's a tiny, tiny smidgen within a vast range of possibilities. To put that probability of getting that force just right in context, it would be that roughly the same probability as a blindfolded man floating in free space would have of choosing one marked elementary particle among not just all the elementary particles in our universe, but in having to explore 10 billion universes our size. It's incredibly improbable, okay? And yet the universe is sort of balanced on a razor's edge.
And you only need one, right, of the key forces.
Yeah, but many of these probabilities, some of the probabilities might be some of the parameters might be derivative of others, and so the probabilities in those cases would not be independent, but many of the probabilities and the parameters are certainly independent, so the probabilities are multiplicative. But you start with just a few parameters that you have insanely small probabilities, and yet you're in the sweet spot where life can exist. So Fred Hoyle, who discovered some of the first and most important fine-tuning parameters, had been a staunch scientific atheist. He has a reversal of worldview as a result of his own discovery of the fine-tuning, and later is quoted as saying that a common sense interpretation of the data suggests that a super intellect has monkeyed with physics to make life possible. And it's pretty compelling. Fine-tuning suggests a fine-tuner.